Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with another market video just because I'm on a market hype today. Talking with Zach here was rambling, watching some other finance videos. A lot of misinformation spread. Just a lot of, in my opinion, Zach says I should record my rants when I'm watching other people's content. But I don't want to make unnecessary enemies in the the world. But anywho, this got us discussing about stuff. I was just kind of teaching Zach some of my strategies, and a lot of comment in particular stood out to me in the last market video that I put out, which was people like to see me in action on how I speculate and sell cards. This particular video is going to be geared towards MTGO. MTGO is actually something I want to speculate in more. I don't know. It's just a more of a, I don't know how to describe it, an impulse thing. I think that the paper for me is something I have I'm a lot easier to control. Like sometimes I just am desperate for tickets because I brew so much in MTGO that I make bad sales just because I need the capital to then do stuff, because I hate actually spending money on MTGO, so I'll just kind of consume my own collection to do so. And I should start speculating more, because MTGO is a way that you can easily avoid fees, and the kind of the margins between what a bot will buy and sell is razor thin. And for time's sake, you can use a bot like Card Hoarder and MTGO traders, and usually they're in the scope of the other places you can sell cards to. And what I like is you don't get like stuck with partial credits on one obscure bot somewhere. I mean, what I'm talking about is you can use the website called MTGO. What is it called now? Now I have to think of it. MTGO Wiki. I'll find it for you and link it in the description below, where you can find a bunch of bot chains that you can sell to, and sometimes they'll be more competitive than MTGO traders and Card Hoarder. But usually I use one of these bots just for simplicity's sake and to save time, and then in that aspect, time is money. So MTGO is a whole different ball game than the paper magic. And why that is so, because it's a very regulated market, and how they regulated it is through the treasures. Treasures are given out as prizes, and in treasures they have cards that Wizards supplements based upon necessity. So if a card ever does spike up in value, then it's a good rule of thumb now with MTGO to sell. So I'm checking kind of the movers and shakers on MTGO from Itchy Goldfish here, and you can see that the Selfless Spirit has spiked up to $10.61. This is the time to sell. And I was joking with Zach because we were actually watching a video, an Alpha Investments video they just put out about a guy just sold his entire lot back to Alpha Investments at a 28% loss. And everyone in the comment section was really kind of hard, like, oh, he's got no patience. He should have just stuck with it. And throughout the entire video, Rudy kept saying, it was a great investment. It was a great investment. He didn't really lose here. It was a great investment. And then you read his comment section, or in the comment section, you actually read the person a reasoning why. And there you go. There's a savvy investor for you. He or she, I'm actually assuming, what is Jade, a male name or a female name? I don't know this day and age. But anyway, Jade, the person that sold, said they had an opportunity to buy into a good deal and they just needed the liquid capital. That right there is a smart investor. Never get stuck on your would've, should've, could've's. Never say, oh, well, I made this bad investment, I need to stick with it until it becomes a good investment. No. Do never chase your losses, or never even chase your potential earnings when something has the opportunity to be a better deal. That's why I was so critical of Rudy back when he was telling everyone to invest in the fetch lands and invest in Khans of Tarkir, because to me that just seemed like such a waste of an investment where you'd have to sit on it for 4 to 5 years. That is dead money for that amount of time. And where in my opinion, there is much better opportunities. Rest in Peace at that point would have been an insanely good opportunity to, instead of invest in Khans of Tarkir boxes, to invest in a Rest in Peace, which in my opinion is actually easier to move and it doesn't weigh anything, so it's easier to unload on different outlets, and you're not stuck with things that are harder to store, harder to transport, harder to ship, etc. So anyway, where was I going with this whole thing? So you should never be kind of stuck to your investments. I use Selfless Spirit in multiple decks right now. This is just showing that I practice what I preach. Guess what I'm going to sell right now? It is going to be Selfless Spirit. It isn't a brew that I actually want to play for Gathering Magic on Tuesday. However, this is the time to sell. What I like about MTGO2 is you don't have the same excuse on paper where you have to like wait for cards. You can instantaneously rebuy this card if you absolutely need it. So my advice is to everyone that plays MTGO, keep your collection as liquid as possible, meaning the only thing that should be in your collection is cards you feel are going to go up in the near. You just don't want to sell them right now because it's not a good deal to sell them and you don't really have a better spec target at the moment to sink all of your value into, or you're using it right now at this very moment for a deck list in a tournament, whatever. So Selfless Spirits, come Tuesday, if I need them again, or come Monday again, I'll buy them back. Maybe at a loss, possibly. But right now, that $10.61 is just too juicy. The same can be said what I just did a couple days ago. This is a card that I use in almost every deck. I am a huge fan of Whirler Virtuoso energy decks. And so Chandra, what is Chandra called? Chandra, Torch of Defiance. I sold at 28, and I was kicking myself a couple days later because it went up to 32, and I'm like, and the what ifs start getting you. You're like, what if should I have just kept on? Where is the ceiling for it? And I'm glad that I was able to have the discipline to sell Chandra when it was at 20, because the same thing, I woke up that morning and was checking movers and shakers. I'm like, why the hell is Chandra so high? I remember, Chandra's been low for the longest time, and this is exactly what happens on MTGO. This is the norm, these spikes and then crashes. So do not become stuck in these particular cards. Be very loose with your ability to sell the cards back and rebuy at a later point. You know what? I might actually rebuy Chandras now. I'll sell the Selfless Spirits and buy the Chandras, for example, and then just rinse and repeat with these type of cards. So, of course, you just come over here to Goldfish, go over the movers and shakers for MTGO. So click on this paper to online, and that's where I identified that Spellqueller and Selfless Spirit are having a huge price increase at the moment. Zach says it's because of some sort of Star City, some sort of Spirits deck did well. I'm not sure. I know that Spirits are starting to see a lot more play in Modern. I'll have to look and see the latest trends for competitive play. And the thing I like about MTGO as well is it's very quick to act. Like as soon as a deck does well, MTGO is usually, I would say, 25% quicker. So if it's going to take the paper a week for a price to go up in value, it will take a couple days for MTGO. If it's going to take a day for the prices on paper Magic to go up in value, it's going to take a matter of hours or minutes for them to go up on MTGO. So anyway, this is also just as important as looking at these daily winners is looking at these daily losers. What I really would like to see, MTG Goldfish, if you're listening, is to copy what MTG Stocks does. MTG Stocks has a all-time high, all-time low. I would be insanely interested in an all-time high / all-time low list for MTGO specific. Now, if there's any information out there, please, someone in the comment section below, link it, and I'll send you a mat. I will send you a big fat kiss because it was something that would be so good for speculating more into MTGO. All right. So again, that's perfect just to look at these. You can also see that Chandra had a huge, big loss within the past few days. So we're just going to look at these other cards and see what would be good to kind of get out of, see if I have any of these cards. I think I already did sell out of Collective Brutality. That's just crazy that it's gone up to 1650. It's mainly because of Death Shadow. It's really just found a home. But they're going to add this. What's going to end up happening is they'll just add this as a multiplier in their treasure chest. Because right now they have like their curated list of cards they specifically put on, and then I believe you get any random rare from, you have the chance of getting like one of the slots of a rare from any modern base set, and then like standard as well has like a higher chance of getting a specific card if I'm not mistaken. So this is usually, if you see something spike up on MTGO, it will automatically correct itself the next time they make a list. And you can see that over and over and over again with particular cards. So let's just pop on MT Joe. I've got the Selfless Spirit here. We're going to add these Selfless Spirits to the binder, and then you trade and you find your bot. Let me see if I can find that. It's like MTGO Wiki Price is the list. So let's go to MTGO Wiki Price real quick to see if I can find a better deal than, say, maybe I should show you what I'm doing here on MTGO Wiki Price. 1076 sellers, buyers. Look at the spread on this. Sometimes you can find, usually bots correct themselves when this happens, but there are a bunch of buyers. This guy's buying a bunch of them at 1050 a piece. And so, yeah, if we sell 4, then we won't have any like tickets that are just left over. So let's see what MTGO Traders is giving and see if it's worthwhile to go over there. So we go over here. You really want to bookmark your traders. And here's a buy bot. It's busy. Okay, let's see. MTGO Traders. Buy bot. I know they have another one. Buy bot 2. Let's see. There we go. Oh, it's busy again. There we go. So then it will come up and they'll look saying they want the Selfless Spirits. They will pay $10.40. So to me, that's worth it since I used this bot a ton. They will buy them at $10.40. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they have any tickets on this particular one. Reset all filters has 2 things. All right, we'll find another one once these come back up. And if you shop around on, oh geez, you have to go to other products. My bad. That was the whole reason. They keep changing how it works. So same thing, $10.40. So we can get 41 tickets for our Selfless Spirits. That just seems insane to me. I'm going to go ahead and do so. And go ahead and submit. And there you have it. And so come like Monday or Tuesday or whenever I decide to build this deck, let's go ahead and see what this card is worth. And that's just a quick way see where I can buy this again at. I mean, Standard doesn't even have that much longer. The whole reason is this is a safer card because it does exist in like the Collected Spirits. Maybe that's why it's spiking. We'll have to, someone in the comment section below, whatever Star City Open or Finals, whatever happened, maybe there was a Spirit deck. That's what I'm assuming. And that's the recent spike. But to me, that feels like a good sell. And we'll look back in like a week, or I'll try to find it again if I need it again. If I don't ever need it, if I decide not to even build a deck, you know, that's just lots of money just basically saved. A lot of people have been talking about how I should run it in my Soul Sisters list as a sideboard card. Yeah, all that's fine and dandy. I have better outlets for that. But even with that in mind, you should not be addicted to particular cards when they're so easy to liquidate them and rebuy back on MTGO. So basically, if there's anything else that just stands out, I'll check these. What's really cool too is with the online, what I don't like about MTG Goldfish is they need to get rid of the reserve list. And a lot of the stuff for when you look on this all, it's just going to show stuff from alpha like crazy. I can't, I hate trying to find like all here, but online it's actually pretty good because the all will show you the ones that have gone up the most in the last few days. So Jace, oh, there we go. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. There's another perfect one that I have a copy of because I just played a copy of it in a tournament. So Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Oh, I have 4 of them. Okay. 4 Jace Vryn's Prodigy. It's the most it's been in a long time. What was it going at? It was going at the, now you can see my Skype profile. Let's see here. It was going at the 40. Let's type it in here. Jace Vryn's Prodigy was a buyer. I have a buyer for 34. See, now this one, though, the spread's very, very awkward. Let's see if MTGO Traders is going to give me a better deal than this. Otherwise, I probably won't sell it. So let's go back over to Magic and see what they're giving for. Oh yeah, see Jace Vryn's Prodigy, $26.30. So there's the spread on this is huge. This is one you wouldn't want to sell. So I'd cancel this out. So this is a bit misleading with the buy list spread being so much. But if I were able to find a buyer, like I could check, let's go over to Jace, see if they've got like Card Hoarder, how much they'll buy it for. Our buy price is $43 and yeah, 43. They're selling it for 46 though. They will buy it for 43. How do I use Card Hoarder? I've never used Card Hoarder before. I've always been pretty loyal to MTGO Traders just because they've been pretty loyal to me. They've sponsored some videos in the past, so kudos to them. But anyway, let's see their bots. Our bots. I guess it is buy. We'll check out this alpha bot and see if it is indeed. There's Ralphabot. Let's find some other ones here. Sorry for the kind of crazy. How to find our bots online. I guess you can just, yeah, you can just do Card Hoarder. I guess we can just type that in. All right, so let's see here. See if they'll buy this for what they're saying. They're 43. Derpa. Maybe they have a sell bot specifically. A buy bot. Maybe if we click sell. Anyway, again, not familiar with Card Hoarder. Let's see if we can find Card Hoarder buy bot. Hey, look at that. There's actually one that says buy bot. Imagine that. Hey, they declined me. The credit's not good with that bot. So Jace for 26, those line, their buy price is not what they stated on their thing. All right, so yeah, this could be, again, you do have to shop around. Now I'm kind of biting my tongue here with, or do I have foil ones? Are those ones foil that I looked at? Oh, yes. Okay, here's another little bit of a trick, by the way. Sometimes the foil cards have a lot different price than their non-foil counterparts. It's just so crazy, but it's just because people, like this, it's because when you go buy a card, you automatically assume, because you're a paper player going in MTGO, that the foil price will be more. So when you search for cards, you always search for the non-foil. And what ends up happening is you start to have a discrepancy between foils and non-foils because no one gives a crap about foils on MTGO. And so therefore the foil prices become a lot less than the non-foil. Crazy that the spread is that much. It's what, 16 tickets difference between the foil and the non-foil? Oh well. Well, we tried with that one. Let's see if we can identify a few others that I would like to. Usually I research this for a while before I really do a big mass buying. And usually the only time I do this is when I need tickets. So like I said, I'm going to try to practice more of what I preach here with in the future. Finding good specs on MTGO, because I think the MTGO is actually too, when you're ready to sell, I believe that a lot of places you can get like what, $93 per 100 tickets. Like, it's pretty good. The cash out rate is not bad at all when you like compare to eBay fees and things like that. Now I don't know if there's a PayPal fee on top of that. I've never really done that because MTGO is a losing thing for me. I usually spend money on MTGO. I actually haven't purchased tickets in a long time on MTGO, mainly because of my Stony Silence spec. That has kept me fed for a long time. But in the past, I used to spend a lot of money on MTGO, and therefore I've never really cashed out of it because of just, creating content and stuff like that. You guys are expensive to appease, creating, crappy rogue decks that get beat up. Anywho, what were we doing? We were going into movers and shakers here. And also in the comment section, if anyone knows any other tips and tricks with, like, if there's another website that I really should be using for MTGO, let me know, because I'm always looking for, the more information, the better. So, see if this will work. Now my internet is going to go down while we're trying to do this. Anywho, maybe we'll just do it for a video for another day because I'm approaching the 20 minutes. But like I said, I want to get more of these videos out. Hopefully they don't become too much of a nuisance to all those that aren't here for the Market Monday content. But it's something I'm really wanting to up my game for January. It's just to continue to create more decks and more, July. Want to create more content, more decks, and especially more of the market, because the market is still very interesting to me. Whereas, paper Magic is kind of tournament Magic, that kind of stuff is not as interesting. I know I'll come back in the swing of things. I'll get these little competitive desires and brewing desires every now and again. And anyway, maybe we'll look at this really quickly again. It's come back up for maybe Goldfish's side is just incredibly slow. Let's look at Modern to see if there's anything. Yeah, the J, Celestial Colonna, Mox Opal. I don't think I have any of these on hand. Like I said, I like to keep my collection insanely liquid. Yeah, Crusaders, possibly do. I don't know if 4 is the right thing. I don't have any hierarchs or stuff like that. But again, it's also good to look at these ones that are these top losers, or just to go over the price list and look at cards and see if you found anything that's really gone down in value. Another good tip is to look at the curated list of cards that were on the last one, but were taken off of this one, and that's like the good time to buy in these particular. So, like for example, Fulminator Mage, they must have just put on the list again, or people have just stopped playing Living End, and it's been going down in value. And then if it hits a certain point, you probably do want to pick up the Living End again, because it does. This card swings so often. Look at the Hills and Mountains for Fulminator Mage, and I've been on so many of these. I think this Fulminator Mage has it's doubled up me a ton of times, because I'll buy it for Living End and then like, oh my god, it's 40 tickets, and sell it and then rebuy it again to play Living End down. I guess that's one of the good things about being a rogue brewer, is I tend to play decks when they're not popular and then sell decks when they do become popular. Anyway, I'm rambling, so we'll end this video. Hope this was beneficial. We'll try to get a discussion going this. Maybe we'll do a whole live stream about MTGO, and I can actually show you where I put these tactics into practice. Again, for the commenter on my last video about where they'd like me to show where I've sold cards, we talked about a little bit about on a stream. I showed you some of my specs. Yeah, I'll try to do more of that in the future. Of course, you won't see our sales a lot because we do have an outlet to sell cards called a store. So I do sell a lot of cards here. But then as my spec targets, a lot of times we do use eBay and TCG, and I just don't think there's a lot of ways to get around that. Just because you can still ask a higher price on those. You got to be patient though. It's all about patience. It's all about timing. That timing is everything in the financial world. You do not want to invest at a bad time, and you do not want to sell at a bad time, and you do not want to become hasty. It's one of my biggest pet peeves with customers that always wants me to like price match TCG Player or price match all these things. When I say, you want me to price match a starving college student, because that's what that TCG low person that's selling for $4 less than everyone else is doing right now. They need money for tomorrow. They need that money in their PayPal account immediately, so they're willing to take a huge cut. And you need to be patient. Have those listings up at the price you want to sell it for quite a while, and that's the best way. And you're just going to get hit with the fees. That's just the cost of doing business. eBay and TCG have to be able to keep up their website, and there are some other outlets to do so. You can find buyers on social media. You can find people in your own community. That's the best way to sell, because a lot of times the transaction is hand to hand without fees and things like that. And you'd be surprised at how much people are actually willing to even match like TCG mid and stuff in person. Like some people just don't even ask for a discount. But anyway, I am back to rambling. Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.